For those of you who don't know, I always view us as being the #1 civilian club. The club that did beat us was a military club. They put their officers through the Toastmaster program, and that's how they came in #1. So I always think of us as the #1 civilian club. But at this time, we're going to hear the true story about what really happened back 35 years ago. And you know, Howard Grant was one of the district Toastmasters of the year, and others here, and one of them is Phil Vonderhaar. Phil served as club president the term before me, and I was told by Howard, as I often am told by Howard to do things, to watch what Phil did, and then we would have a successful year. And of course, we did have a very successful year that year. Well, Phil Vonderhaar is the only Toastmaster from our club that have gone through the different ranks and has risen in leadership position to that of district governor. We've had people who have been area governors and maybe division governors. I was treasurer of the district, but never a governor. So we're going to have Phil Vonderhaar, who is one of the founders, along with Howard, goes back 35 years, to tell you the true story of what really happened. Phil Vonderhaar.
Toastmaster Anderson. I joined the Webster Groves Club in '67 as a result of my psychiatrist. I told him I had problems speaking to the public. In fact, I gave up a high school scholarship and a college scholarship because I could envision having to answer, stand up and give answers in class. Now that's pretty spooky. Today I look for those opportunities. Thanks for listening. I belonged to Webster for about 7 years, 67 to 72, I think I was. And during that time, there were no lady Toastmasters. They weren't explicitly excluded, but you can understand. In fact, Miss Medley started out training boys at a YMCA. And finally at Santa Ana, some men liked what they saw and started forming clubs. The future bylaws continued to say he or a man, I guess it said someplace, I'm not sure. What Toastmasters didn't know right off the bat was that there were some ladies sneaking into clubs. There were wives who liked what they saw, or guests who liked what they saw, and were persuaded to become members, be persuaded the club to let them become members. That was very simple. They just used their initials on the application. And I don't know how formally this changed. It was in the mid-70s. But by the time Howard, incidentally, he did not. I did not come say, I'd like to help you, Howard. He grabbed me by the back and said, come help me. I had just come back from Phoenix. I was out of town for about a year and a half. And deciding whether to go back to Webster Groves or not, I had resumed Toastmasters after a couple of months, and that's when Howard called me, and it sounded exciting. Howard can make things sound exciting. And for a full year, we had an exciting struggle to get from 12 to 20. During that period of time, I didn't bring my program up, and I don't need it. Gotcha. I'm really here to congratulate you on what you've done since the last time I heard about what you've done up to that time. Like when I saw Howard's speech on YouTube, who'd have thunk? I was fishing around because he invited me. I thought, well, I better bring myself up to date, so I went around various Toastmaster sites. And there's Howard, whom I hadn't seen in 20 years. Hadn't changed it here, I think, at that time. Now it's different. And I thought, hey, this is pretty neat. He was extolling your accomplishments up to the time of your 35th, or the 35th, I guess it was. I said, well, hey, those guys are really going to town. And he mentioned the double meetings, the multiple speeches, and he's still cracking that whip. In a way that it doesn't hurt, but you can hear it, and you know you better do what you're doing. But in spite of a lot of these things that I see in the program, there are some other things that perhaps didn't seem worthy enough to put in the program. When Howard started this club, it was open to females. Don't consider that term derogatory, please. Ladies, it was open to ladies. And so we had, Howard, maybe 8 members among the charter members, 6 to 8, Kay, and a couple of Dianes, and Nancy, and there's 4 off the top of my head. With my memory, I must be missing a few. Within 2 years of organization, we had a female area governor from South County. The first in the district ever. I've been, probably not the first internationally, first in District 8. Of course, we had an arm wrestle because the Ferguson Club claimed they also had a Karen Bonstead, a female area governor. We said we announced it first, so we took credit. Area governor is a district office, if we really want to get down to it. So here we have the first female officer in District 8 coming from the South County Club. And it wasn't a year after that young lady became the bulletin editor, the district bulletin editor. And another one of our members, Kay Enser, became district secretary. All these ladies coming out of the South County Club, accomplishing things, holding high office. And Diane did something else. I know she did three things in the, she might have been secretary also. So we were leading the pack as far as recognizing the ladies. But there were some other things that are sex neutral that South County did for the first time. Well, first of all, we had 2 or 3 district secretaries, 3 editors of the district bulletin. Can you meet? And I'm talking about the first 6 years of the club. 2 of the editors were editor of what was then known as the 8 Ball. That was the name of the newsletter. And the third one was editor of the Communicator, a name I preferred. That's why I changed it. We also had, Howard mentioned his name before, Lynn Midyett, a gentleman from Arch Coal or Arch Mineral or something. He was the treasurer for the district. Well, we finally owned some district experience coming out in 1975. And of course I had the 3 higher offices, and we also had a district parliamentarian and a district historian from the club in 1975. The only thing I can claim, besides having held a few offices, that I don't know, I can't brag about it, but I can make the statement. I have done what never has been done before and is impossible to do in the future. Before I left for Phoenix, I was the division governor for Missouri. Missouri was 2 divisions at that time. Started out as 2 areas. Must have really grown. It was an Illinois division and a Missouri division, all the boundaries being the same. While I was in Phoenix, they changed it from North and South Illinois to North and South Missouri. So when I came back and Howard grabbed me by the back of my coat and started working for him, as it were, I started looking at offices again and ultimately became division lieutenant of Southern Missouri. Now, nobody else has done that because if you were a division lieutenant governor before that split and after that split, you can't. If you didn't do it before, it's impossible now because there is no more Southern Missouri. So what do you think about that? Anyway, it's just a weird fact. We used to have skits at the Friday night meetings for the district conferences. The South County governor started that. We found out other districts didn't just come on Saturday, heard a speech contest and dinner that night. They had a big rollout on Friday night. Sketch competition, humorous speech contest. and it became a big thing. And Howard either came up with a script or wrote one. I think he stole one of them. Remember Mary Hartman? Some of the old timers remember that name. It was a kind of funny show, but it wasn't kind of funny that you laugh at. It just made you feel good. So we had that kind of thing. We had, I'm trying to think of other things that are unique, but put South County in the forefront. We did have one speaker go to the regional, I think. Did Tony Ledesma go to the regional city speech competition?